took this one out of the ballpark. There are a lot of trends that we never saw before that we're seeing now, and really just made us think more than we've ever thought, um, and really have to be on our toes. So I think the trends for my industry are ever changing. The concepts are ever changing in regards to fraud, in regards to money laundering. Those the bad guys are always out there.
Right.
They're thinking of things. They're sometimes 10 steps ahead. Um, because they have all day to think of terrible things to do.
Yeah.
That's sad. Only if they use all that evil for good, would the world be a better place.
Okay. Understandable. Got to definitely stay on the toes. So in regards to, I've heard just in my conversations, obviously with you as being your husband, but also from other friends that are in the business in the financial compliance arena, how as the gatekeepers, I always kind of would say that I call you guys the gatekeepers of business, right? Because in order to have a business run successfully, you got to have people looking at the things that a lot of CEOs and other people in C-suites may not be thinking about or considering. So, what would you like to see in regards to the respect for your the team, the people that you see and work with every day and manage every day? How would you like to see them be, I want to say recognized, but given the proper just due in regards to the financial structure?
3 words: culture of compliance. That's it. Culture of compliance. I think that every organization needs to have a culture of compliance. Needs to have an understanding that compliance is important. If we don't pay attention, if we don't adhere to the rules and the regulations, there are dire consequences which none of us want to face.
Right.
Fines, jail time. I don't want to wear an orange jumpsuit. Um, and I think that just all starts from the top down. Just to have a culture of compliance. That's it.
Okay. What things are you passionate about? Just kind of pivoting this conversation a little bit because I'm like I told you, I want to be kind of unorthodox, but I want to just let people kind of see women's in business and understand where they come from and how they think. But what things are you passionate about that you could share, obviously, with the audience today in regards to other things that maybe they might not think about when they see you as a woman in the boardroom or any other conversations or daily walks.
Um, what other things am I passionate about? I don't know. I think that's such an open-ended question.
Yeah, that was intended.
You know, I think I'm passionate about um, my family, my health, mental health. I think is very important. And at times, a lot of things people don't think about mental health as well. Um, Children, education, um, saving the planet. I am a person who has never thrown trash on the ground.
Right.
It just does something to my soul.
Right.
I have had these conversations with my kids, like, do not throw trash on the ground. Recycle. Just understanding what Black people are going through, people of color that are going through, understanding what Black Lives Matter really means. I think that's a big misconception. Um, People who bring their authentic selves to work and who can do that, knowing that a lot of times people of color, we really can't do that. We're trying to do that now,
Right.
especially with this movement and having these very awkward conversations. But those conversations are not really up to a lot of people of color. They're also up to people who are not of color to have those conversations and keep that ball moving. I think travel, good food. There's so many things that I'm passionate about. So many things that I love, and I think I was always um, brought up to love life, respect others, and that's something that has been very important to my family. My grandfather, God rest his soul, he passed away, and that was the other thing. Try everything. I love life, respect others, and my father. He's a big world traveler, and that's just something that he's always said, and something that he's so passionate about life. Like, people feed off of his energy, and I think a lot of times just the way I look at life is pretty much the way that they look at life.
Understandable. Now, you did bring up something in that question or that answer that I kind of wanted to lean in just a little bit on, just to kind of help people, because I know personally that you take your role in your leadership roles very seriously, but I know you're also a part of your diversity and inclusion board or group that you're a part of at work, and I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, just to kind of expand on the women empowerment thing. Like, how do you view your role in that regards? Because that's another level of leadership that as well that a lot of people get kind of comfortable in regards to, I don't necessarily want to go outside my scope, but you're leaning in to not just, oh, I'm leading with my group and my specific job, description or title, but I'm also looking at, okay, forward movement. How do I move the company in a way and direct them in a role that helps, benefit, not just one particular group, but all people.
Yeah, I think just that being in that role in general is hard, right? Because you do have to think of all people of color.
Right.
And a lot of times, it's not just about me, it's about somebody else. It's about, my Asian sister or about my Hispanic sister. So a lot of times I just don't want to get caught up in it. It's just about black people, because that's not true.
Right.
Because we're all fighting for many different things, right now. Just, fighting against Asian hate. It's like this ball is like ever rolling and things that have been going on for years behind closed doors are now something that's everybody else is seeing.
Okay.
So I think just bringing up specific topics and just shining the light on their cultures or things that they might be going through is very important. So I would love to say that, that's on me and I'm raising my hand for that, but no, there is a group of women that is behind that too. That's not just me at all.
Of
and
course.
Other people that we're listening to their voices and things that they might be going through. And I think those topics might be best served at the head of the table.
Yeah.
Or just, be talked about out loud.
Well, we definitely commend them, also you, and I know in your leadership strategy, you're never about putting the spotlight on yourself, because you even like that at home. But I always tell you, like, I believe in giving a person their flowers, and so for me, it's like it's important to have these conversations at home and at work, because in order to really truly be able to accomplish the things that we want to see, we have to be the agents of change, so to speak, to meet it at its head and say, hey, listen, we got to change this process.
Right.
So I just want to commend you and all the amazing people that's on that group, because I think it's profound and I think it's amazing what you guys are doing, and I always tell people to keep pushing, don't give up on that. So kind of lighthearted conversation, kind of want to change gears a little bit, because I know we don't have much time left, but I want to cover a couple more conversations and a couple more questions, and then we'll be done for the day. And I really appreciate your time, because I know you're a busy woman, but I know New York is everything to you. Can we talk about your favorite places to brunch? Because I know that's something that you love to do. Just kind of give a little bit of.
Let's call me for a brunch. I love brunch. Oh my gosh, I feel like crying because I'm gonna miss a New York brunch so much. I don't know if I want to give people shout outs, but
Let's
places,
give a couple. Let's give a couple. It's important.
Wow. I think my favorite place to brunch in New York is Le Mandarin. What's the name of that restaurant? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember now, but that's my favorite place to brunch.
Okay.
I mean, crunchy French toast again. Stop thinking about that.
Yes, definitely. Just give a little more.
Squeezed orange juice. I'm just getting mad and hungry.
Okay. Wasn't intended to get you mad or hungry, but I also wanted to give a little bit of depth of personality, because a lot of people think, well, we're not human, right? So you're not thinking about what people like to do outside of work, because it's not always play. It's not always go and work. It's also there's some time you want to play and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
I love a brunch so much that I think I've now incorporated like Sunday brunch during COVID, right? I think I'm now like thinking about recipes and doing a brunch, like, even though people don't, my family doesn't even realize what I'm doing, but I feel like I miss brunch so much that I'm turning every Sunday into a brunch.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so pivoting back, wanted to ask you something, just because I'm always thinking about different questions of how to ask, guests and people when I'm having conversations with them. But if you weren't in the financial compliance industry, what would you see yourself doing instead?
Oh, that's a good one. I gotta think about this. Maybe if I wasn't in compliance, what would I be? I don't know. I don't like hospitals, so I definitely, no offense, because I have a lot of aunts who work in the hospital, and I respect them and I love them, and I appreciate the fact that they work there, but I just can't do it myself. I don't know. Maybe I would have been marketing. Yeah, maybe marketing. Maybe I would be doing. I don't know. That's a hard question, right?
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was always aiming towards finance, and I got there, and I don't know what else I would have done. Perhaps marketing. I always come over like these crazy ideas, and I share with my husband all the time.
Yeah.
Or fashion.
Definitely
I think marketing or fashion, maybe a jewelry designer. Yeah, I think those are definitely things that I would have done because I do love jewelry design, maybe even shoe design, definitely marketing. I think those probably would have been the things that I've done, that I would do.
Okay. So we got 2 minutes left, and I wanted to kind of pivot to one final question. What is the concept, and what gems could you leave the listeners and viewers today in regards to how you would feel? Because the name of our podcast is Thrive, Believe, Achieve. What does that mean to you?
That means exactly what it says. Thrive, believe, achieve. And I think, struggle is not the all in the end. Those things make you who you are. Those things make you what you are, and I think you can dig into that. You should really understand that, okay, you went through a struggle, you went through some hard things. Keep on going. Keep on believing in yourself, because at the end of the day, it's only going to be you that believes in your dreams. It's only going to be you that pushes the dream forward. Yes, there might be people that come along and say, yeah, go ahead, woo. And you might have some cheerleaders, but the reality is, the end of the day, when your head hits the pillow and your mind is at ease and you start thinking or you stop thinking, it's only you that's going to keep on pushing your dream forward. So just understand that you have to believe in who you are. You have to accept the struggles, accept, what God has given you, and just keep on pushing forward. Keep on pushing.
Well, that's well said, and I just want to thank you again for joining us for this candid conversation, and thank you so much to everyone out there for joining us in today's conversation. My name is Montel Fleming. I want to say that you can thrive, believe, and achieve at anything that you set in life. You just got to have the tenacity, as Ms. Fleming said, to go out there and let's have an important conversation. So thank you. Peace and love.
Thank you for having me.